te lo hago cero, bulto cero, pepa. De desayuno dice que queradera.
What's up, you guys? It's Katie, and today I'm going to be teaching a lesson for the dance cheat code. This is a dance choreographed by Shane McKeever and Fred Whitehouse. Love them. The step sheet calls it 64 counts. I think that's a little bit misleading. It is technically 64 counts. It's going to feel a little bit longer than that. We have 3 main sections and 1 tag. Section A is going to be a nightclub style section. Section B is a funky / like hip hop style section. And section 3 is a cha-cha. So let's go ahead and get started. As always with all of my advanced lessons, the sequence is going to be up top. This one's a little bit more complicated than usual, but just bear with me. We'll get through everything. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, cheat code, part A. So a couple things to note before we get started with part A. Number 1, part A is a nightclub section. The way that this is counted on the step sheet is in half time. So even though it's listed as 16 counts on the step sheet, it actually takes twice that amount of time to get through. So like if you were to like take a clip of that section and a clip of section C, it would be the exact same amount of time, even though technically A is 16 counts and C is 32 counts. Okay, so A we're counting in half time because it's nightclub and it's slower. Number 2, this cute little skirt from Halara has a detailing on the left side. Normally, I wear things on my right side. This just happens to be how the skirt is designed. So if you see flashes of my leg, just keep that in mind that is my left side for this video. Okay, so we're starting out with the nightclub section. Nightclub is soft and smooth. We're going to be starting with a weight transfer onto our left side and a sweep with my right foot from back to front. 1, 2, and I'm stepping down onto my right foot as it's crossing over my left. 2, and then taking 1 small step back with my left foot. And 3, I'm taking a step back with my right foot and opening up a quarter turn over my right shoulder. 3, as I'm doing that and opening this quarter turn to 3 o'clock, I'm going to be dipping down and traveling like essentially down and back up through this motion. So as I'm stepping back, I'm going 3 and then back up. Okay. 4, and I'm going to be doing a rock recover. So I'm taking my left foot, rocking it over my right, rocking onto my left, recovering onto my right. 4, and. Okay. 5, I'm taking a step. I'm doing a couple things at once on 5. First, I'm taking a step out to my left side with my left foot. I'm also going to be making a 3/4 pencil turn on my left foot. Okay, so I'm starting at my 3 o'clock wall. I'm making a 3/4 turn over my left shoulder. I'm going to be finishing at 6 o'clock. 5. As I'm doing that, don't step onto your right foot. Collect your right foot. See how I'm not putting any weight on it? It's just kind of touched right here to the side. You want to collect it as you make that turn. Very nightclubby. So I went 4 and 5. Okay, this surface is not very slick. Okay, 6, and I'm taking 2 small steps backwards, first with my right, then with my left. 6, and 7 and 8, and I'm doing 2 rock ball steps out to my side. We have a little bit of a timing thing, so we're going out to my right. 7, and recovering onto my left, and 8, rocking out onto my left, and then and recovering on to my right again. Okay, so we have a 7 and 8, and remember, because we're counting this in half time, so we have time to do that. Okay. That's the footwork. Arms. Only on 7 and 8. Everything else that we don't have arms yet for anything else other than 7 and 8. On the first 2 times we do part A, we're going to be taking our shoulder and pushing it back as we rock out to the side. So 7, I'm rocking out to my right hand side. I'm pushing my right shoulder backwards. 7 and recovering back, right? And then as I'm recovering back on and, I'm coming back to center. Almost like you're doing like a push quarter turn, but you're not actually finishing that quarter turn. You're just using your shoulder to kind of divert that way. 7 and 8, same thing onto my left side, and. Okay, and then as I'm coming back on and recovering, I'm bringing my chest back to center. That happens on the first time we do wall A and the third time we do wall A, both of which are 12 o'clock walls. Okay, the second time we do part A, and only the second time, which is a 6 o'clock wall, we're going to be raising our arms as we go to the sides. So we're rocking out 7 and 8 and. Okay, so let's try that with the shoulders, just because that's easier than for me doing it with a mic. Starting the sweep. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. So that was the first 8 counts of part A. Now we only have one more half of part A. We just recovered onto our right foot. 1, I'm going to rock back onto my left foot. 1, 2, and I'm recovering onto my right foot and making a half turn. So 2 and stepping back with my left foot. 3, I'm going to be rocking out to my right side. 3, 4, and. This is, again, very nightclub. 5, I'm going to be taking a step with a drag out to my left side. 5, 6, and I'm cross rock recovering in front of it. 6, and then recovering onto my left. 7, I'm going to be rocking out to my left, or to my right, excuse me. And I'm recovering back onto my left foot, making a quarter turn. 8, I'm taking a step back with my left foot, turning to face my 6 o'clock wall, and then and touching my left foot next to it. Okay, that's the footwork. We do have arms again. So we did our 1, 2, and 3. Here's where we have our first arms. On 3, I'm taking both hands and crossing them over my heart like this. Okay, 4, I'm going to be taking my arms down to my sides. 5, I'm taking them out to both sides. Or 4 and, excuse me, out to both sides. 5, as I'm doing that step drag, I'm taking my right hand and I'm bringing it along the floor with me. Okay, those are our arms. So remember, I have a mic in my left hand. Let me clip this to my shirt for this section of the song. Okay. So we just did our rock recover backwards, right? So we're stepping, out to the 8 and. So we're starting with a rock backwards. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, so since A has arms, let's go ahead and do it the first variation with the shoulders, and then we'll do it the second variation with the arms up, okay? A is the only phrase that we do 2 walls, it's both to 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, so let's go ahead and do those in sequence. So starting with the sweep forward, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and we're starting with A again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and. Okay, so part B of cheat code. This is 16 counts and it's a true 16 counts, so it's going to be very fast. But the good news is that we're doing it entirely facing our 12 o'clock wall. So we're starting, remember, all of the phrases kind of start with a left step or a left shift. So I'm starting with essentially a left lock step, 1, holding 2. As I'm doing that, I'm taking my right hand and I'm pushing that behind me as though I'm like pushing something out of my way. So I'm going 1. 2 is a hold, and 3, I'm doing a lock behind my right foot behind my left, and 3, stepping onto my left. 4, I'm taking my right hand side. 4. 5, I'm taking a step with my left, essentially toward my right hand, my right foot, and then sweeping my right from the front to the back. 5, 6, and 7 is going to be a sailor step, a right sailor step. 6 and 7, a hold. I got some hands. I'm going to be twisting a light bulb into its socket. The lyrics talk about something about lights. Okay, so we're going 7, 8. Okay, so that's the end of that sailor step. We're going 6 and 7, 8 on that hold. So the arms, we have the pushback on 1, and then we have the 7, 8. Cool. So let's try all of that with counts really quick, starting with the lock step. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. So we're on our second half of part B, our second count of 8. We just did our 7, 8. 1, I'm on my side. It's not really part of the choreography, but you're not screwing in a light bulb anymore. 2, 1, I'm dipping my right leg down. So I'm essentially in like a lowered, like squatting position almost, because I need to be at a lower level in order to make 2 and 3 work. 2, I'm taking my right my foot I'm weighted onto my left foot. I'm taking my right foot and I'm touching my heel out in front of me toward this front diagonal. I'm leaning my upper half backwards as I'm doing this. 3, I'm taking my right leg. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going backwards, and then I'm leaning my body forwards. So it's almost like a seesaw. So I'm going 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be basically dipping down and then standing back up, transferring my weight from my left to my right. 4, it's very fast. 5 and 6, I'm doing a left pony backwards. So I'm stepping with my left foot and hitching with my right foot. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, I'm finishing off section B with a right coaster step. 7 and 8. Okay, you'll notice that my left leg is free, which is kind of what I need to start all of my sections again, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and try that really quick. We just did 7, 8, dip 1, 2, 3, 4, pony 5, and 6, coaster 7 and 8. Okay, and part B is only 16 counts. So let's go ahead and try that. We're only going to do it one time because we only do this toward the 12 o'clock wall. When you dance part B, you're going to dance it twice in a row every time. Okay, so let's try it with the lock step. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we are now on part C of cheat code. We are now in the cha-cha section. So we're doing a lot of triple steps, a lot of lock steps. This is also done at full speed. This is not done at half speed. So we do have 32 counts, but the good news is that it is all facing 12 o'clock. So we're starting with our left foot. We're coming out of part B. So we came out of that coaster step, right? So 7 and 8. 1, I'm taking a step out to my left side. 1, 2 is a hold. And 3 is a ball step to my left side. And 3, 4, I'm transferring my weight onto my right foot and flicking my left foot out to my left. 4. 5, I'm crossing my left foot over my right. 5, 6 is a hold. And 7, I'm going to be doing a quick step, and switching onto this 10-30 diagonal. And 7, first, right, left. And then 8 is a step forward with my right. 8. Okay. It's very similar to ganja, if you have learned that dance. There's also that like little up step, okay? Cha-cha, samba oriented. We do have arms for this count of 8 and no arms for the rest of the samba section, and it's just on the flick. So we're stepping out 1, hold 2, and 3 with my hands. I'm going to be touching them onto my thighs. And then 4, as I'm flicking my right foot behind me, I'm going to be flicking my arms up. 4. Okay, however you want to. It's a cute little woo moment. Okay, with both hands, I have a mic in one hand. Okay, so let's walk through that kind of 8 really quick. I'll pin this to my shirt for a second. Okay, starting with the ball step. We're stepping out 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, hold 6, and 7, walk 8. Okay, we are on our second count of 8 of part C of cheat code. On count number 8, we stepped forward with our right foot. So we're facing our 10-30 diagonal. We're going to be on diagonals for the next 2 counts of 8. I'm starting with 2 wizard steps, first with a left wizard step and then a right wizard step. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and still facing my 10-30 diagonal. 5, 6, I'm doing a left pivot turn. So I'm stepping with my left. 5, turning 6, a half turn over my left shoulder. And facing now my 4-30 diagonal, and then 7, 8, I'm going to continue that into a full turn in 2 steps. So 7, 8, okay, landing facing my 4-30 diagonal. So let's go ahead and try that really quick. We just did our and 7, walk 8, wizards 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're on our third section of the cha-cha. We just came out of that full turn. Ended with a right step, so I'm going to start with 3 walks forward, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5, I'm continuing on this diagonal with a triple step, a right triple step. 4 and 5, I'm trying really hard not to run out of room on camera. 6, I'm taking 1 more step forward with my left foot. 7, I'm taking a step basically to the side with my right foot, and I'm going to end up making a quarter turn over my left shoulder. 7. So I basically a step backwards, and now I'm at this 130 diagonal. And then 8 and that was 7, 8 and 1. I'm doing a backwards triple with a sweep, starting with my left foot. So I'm going 8 and 1, stepping back onto my left foot and sweeping with my right. Okay. 2 and yeah, okay. So the sweep is going to be on 8, and then we're going to come out of that into our next count of 8. We'll deal with that in a second. Okay. So I'm going to start all the way over here so I give myself enough room. We're starting with a walks. 1, 2, 3, shuffle, 4 and 5, 6, back 7, 8 and 1. Okay, so as I'm coming out of this, we're on the last kind of 8 of part C. We're facing 12 o'clock. We're right now we're facing this diagonal as we're coming out of the shuffle 8. So this is 1, this sweep, 8, or we went 8 and 1. 2, I'm taking my right foot and crossing it back behind me. As I'm doing that, I'm scoring back up to 12. 2. 3, I'm taking a step out to my left with my left foot just slightly. That's 2, 3. 4 and 5, I'm doing a right crossing samba step. So I'm taking my right foot, 4, and rocking out to my left foot, 5, recovering onto my right. And then 6 and 7, I'm doing the same thing on with my left hand side. So cross 6 and 7, recovering onto my left foot. And then 8, I'm just finishing off the section with one more step forward on my right. 8. Okay. And then my left foot is now free to do whatever I want with the next section. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. We're coming out of this backwards triple. So 8 and 1, cross to 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. All right, so let's go ahead and do all of part C together. Remember, we only have one wall, so we're only going to do it facing 12 o'clock, but it's 32 counts. So we're starting with a step out to our left, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Okay, so we do have one tag because we can't be done yet. This tag is 16 counts. It's going to replace the first 8 counts of part A. That's why it's important that I told you guys in the beginning that the nightclub section is counted as a half, or counted in half time, because a double time section, a normally timed section like this tag is going to be 16 counts normal dance versus 8 counts of the nightclub section. So we're going to be doing this tag, which is 16 counts, and then the last 8 counts of part A, which is actually 16 counts. Okay, so we're starting with this tag. We're doing a left mambo, or left mambo, then right mambo. So I'm going 1 and 2, then 3 and 4. I'm doing 4 chug turns, chugging with my left foot, making a half turn over my right shoulder. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we just did our 4 chug turns. We went 5, 6, 7, and then 8. You're going to step your left foot next to your right foot. 1 and 2, now we're on the second half of the tag. I'm starting with a right mambo and then a left mambo. So I'm going 1 and 2, then my left, 3 and 4, 5, 6. I'm rocking forward onto my right, recovering on my left foot, and then 7 and 8. I'm going backwards with a right shuffle, 7 and 8. Okay, you'll notice my left foot is now free to do any other part of the dance. Actually, what we're doing is we're going to be going into the back half of A. So now I went 7 and 8, rocking back onto my right foot, 1, 2. Okay, so let's just do the tag connected to the back half of part A. Starting with the left mambo, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into A, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay, and that was the tag. So that is all of cheat code. I hope you guys have fun with this because I really like it. I think it's a really cool styling effect to have 3 different genres in one dance. And I'll see you guys out on the dance floor.